What is going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video today, rebuilding the Indianapolis Colts. And now, the Colts have kind of had an up and down year. If we go ahead and check out their team, they are 8-4 right now. Very good record. However, they started out with a loss against the Jags. The Jags, I know it's a divisional matchup. Things kind of change a bit. It was a weird no off season, but the Jags are 1-11, right? And it's not like the Colts are exactly killing teams, but they are putting wins up. Beat the Texans by 6 today as I record this. Very close game, but they've been up and down, have had some big wins, have had some big losses, right? But this is a team that looks very good for the future. They are about a quarterback away. We're going to go over this roster here in a minute, talk about their potential quarterback situation with Jacoby Brissett, Jacob Eason, Phillip Rivers. What's happening? And this should be fun because it's a realistic rebuild, which means we are using real 2021 NFL draft class, which has quarterbacks in it out the ass. Jordan Love, Kyle Trask. We got Trevor Lawrence, not that that should matter, and Justin Fields, again, not that that should matter. Mac Jones even. This should be a very, very fun team to rebuild. They have a lot of talent. Let's go ahead and break down their roster. But before you guys do so, would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Supports me a ton, and it is completely free. Go ahead, go down, hit subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later, although I really hope that you don't. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? It was a little hard to hear you over my noise isolating everyday E25 earbuds. But yeah, these are the most comfortable earbuds I've ever worn. The everyday E25 earbuds by Raycon. They are noise isolating. They are super comfortable. That's my favorite feature that the E25 earbuds offer. They're stylish, they're blue, they're comfy, they come in other colors as well. Sound quality is just as good as other top competitors out there, and they come at a fraction of the price. But Raycons also are a great holiday gift because they're super, super affordable, and they're being really generous right now because it is the holiday time. You can get 15% off their already great prices if you're watching this video. So you got to click that link in the description. It's for my viewers. Buyraycon.com/Bengal. 15% off their already amazing prices. Really can't emphasize enough that these are a must-have whenever I'm on the move, in the car, on the way to the car, going for a run, working out, whatever it might be. The everyday E25, discreet, comfortable, sounding great earbuds are the way to go. Again, thank you to Raycon for sponsoring the video. Link is going to be in the description. Buyraycon.com/Bengal if you want that 15% off your Raycon purchase. Of course, before we do anything else, I am going to import the draft class just so I remember. 2021 have pretty much every player that you'd want in here. There are some who have not earned their way into the draft class yet, and there are some guys that deserve to be in here that aren't because I just haven't looked at them enough, or their hype isn't hyped up enough, if that makes sense. But quarterback's definitely a position we're going to be looking at. And now I'll turn on auto scouting, so that is taking it care of. Let's check out the team. 84 overall, 85 offense, 83 defense. And there are some really, really interesting players on this team now that everybody's back and healthy. It's a really good offensive line. Of course, one of the best offensive linemen in football in Quentin Nelson. Only 24 years old, superstar development. Quentin Nelson, amazing player. He's from my area in New Jersey, so shout out Quentin Nelson. And he's a beast. I mean, he might be the best guard in football. Zach Martin makes a really strong case for it when he's healthy, but Quentin Nelson, it's like 1A, 1B at this point in my opinion. Ryan Kelly's solid. Anthony Costanzo has really only just gotten better over his career. He was, I believe, a first-round pick in like 2009, 2000, something like that. Yeah, 9-year vet. So 2011. I didn't see that when I clicked on it. But yeah, first round pick. It really wasn't anything special, but over his career has just gotten to be very, very good. Mark Lewinsky at right guard appears to be the weak point, but he's really not even all that bad. And then Braden Smith is a very solid option at right tackle, and someone that I've never even heard be talked about ever. But Braden Smith is pretty good. Super young player, really good option at right tackle. Trey Burton at tight end isn't great. Jack Doyle, of course, the beast out of VCU. Mo Alley Cox, former college basketball forward turned NFL tight end. And he's pretty good. Big red zone threat for the Colts. And we're missing a tight end, right? Where in the world? I mean, Ebron is on the Steelers now. I guess that was their starting tight end last year along with Jack Doyle, who kind of worked in there. So I guess we're not missing a tight end. I thought there was somebody else. But nah, it's just like bad memory, I guess. At quarterback, we got Phillip Rivers, who has star dev. He's an 83 overall. Here's the big issue with Phillip Rivers. He is 38 years old, and I know he has kids to feed, and a whole lot of them, but we can't keep him around too long paying him. It's just not worth it because he's not developing anymore. He's an 83 overall, but of course, realistic rebuild, I can't trade him. It's just not going to happen. Lifetime Charger, of course, involved in that very odd 2004 NFL draft where Eli Manning was drafted by the Chargers and was basically like, nah, I'm not playing for you. And then he was a part of that trade. He's in the final year of his deal. I won't bring him back, but definitely can't trade him. And we're past the trade deadline anyway, so that doesn't matter. At running back, Marlon Mack's got to be in the final year of his deal too, right? He's got to be, yeah. I'll tell you, I really don't have a big interest in Marlon Mack because I have a big interest in this guy. Jonathan Taylor, rookie out of Wisconsin, really, really talented player. And he's looked awesome so far this year. He's gotten like limited touches, I guess you could say. Had a big receiving touchdown today. Jonathan Taylor, really, really fun player. And I think he's going to be a really good player in the future. Nyheim Hines is also awesome. Super underrated. Jordan Wilkins plays way too much. But yeah, Marlon Mack, probably not someone I'm going to look to re-sign. My guy, Eugene Marquise Hilton, TY, 83 overall, superstar dev. But with T.Y. Hilton, he's just not as good as he used to be. I mean, not even close. He was a borderline top 10 receiver a couple years ago. But he just doesn't quite have it anymore. He really just can't separate the way he used to be able to. So, hate that for T.Y. Really, really good player. Had a great career. Just hasn't had it this year. Hasn't had it. Love Paris Campbell. I think his potential is still crazy, but he's another guy that really just can't stay healthy. And it's so unfortunate because I think he has such a high ceiling in this league, but he just can't stay healthy. Zach Pascal, we're going to move him down quite a lot. Another decent player. Like, there are a lot of decent players on this team. Michael Pittman Jr., certainly trending towards more than that. Rookie out of USC, apparently is a YouTuber, so shout out Michael Pittman Jr. But, yeah, nothing crazy right now, but should be crazy. He'll be my wide receiver number 2. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we have a very, very underrated linebacking core, in my opinion. I almost think that every single one of these players should be a higher overall. Love Bobby Okereke. Anthony Walker Jr. is a stud. Darius Leonard is one of the best linebackers in the league. I could see Okereke and Walker be at least 80 overall, and then Darius Leonard, I think, probably should be in the 90s. They have a defensive rookie of the year, not even candidate. He probably will win defensive rookie of the year, or he's been the best defensive rookie. I know guys are going to point toward another safety, and Antoine Winfield Jr. in Tampa, maybe Patrick Queen, L'Jarius Sneed with the Chiefs before injury. But Julian Blackmon has been incredible. And that Utah secondary last year, I mean, that was something else, right? Julian Blackmon, even the speedster Javelin Guidry had a good game for the Jets today. You look at Jalen Johnson, you look at Terrell Burgess. I mean, the Utah secondary was amazing. Julian Blackmon showcasing he has everything to make it in the NFL. Also have Kari Willis, but yeah, I'm sticking with Julian Blackmon as strong safety. Malik Hooker, love him at free safety. I thought he was going to be a monster when he came into the NFL. Hasn't exactly been that, but has been a good player, even if not amazing. He's going into the final year of his deal. I'm bringing him back. And then what else do we have? Kenny Moore is really a nickel corner. Rock Yassin has a lot of physicality, definitely can play on the outside. And then out of nowhere, Xavier Rhodes. The roads were wide open last year, and then they're back to being closed. Xavier Rhodes has been awesome. I don't get it, but he's good again. Of course, Marvell Tell, TJ Carey also. And then the defensive line, they traded a first-round pick for DeForest Buckner, and guess what? It's worked out because DeForest Buckner is amazing. I also think he got upgraded to Superstar X Factor, so I might have to change that. And also, T.Y. Hilton went from Superstar to Star. It hasn't been updated with the real-life roster yet, but it has changed. So T.Y. Hilton going down to Star, and then DeForest Buckner, they gave Unstoppable Force and Inside Stuff. So Buckner goes to Unstoppable Force with Inside Stuff as a thing, which I could change it, make it whatever I want, but I'll do it. Why not? I don't really know what impact these make in simulation anyway, especially on the defensive line. I really don't know. But also have this guy, Grover Stewart, signed a big 3-year deal recently. And I really wasn't all too familiar with him. Apparently, he's having a breakout season. Played okay last year, but this year is really taking it to the next level. So congrats to Grover Stewart, man. He was really someone that was super off my radar, and I feel like I pretty much know every player in the NFL. But wasn't too familiar with Grover Stewart at all, or how good he was playing. But he's been great. And I think well-deserving of that contract the more I looked into it. Justin Houston, super old. Danico Autry's not too good. Ben Banogu was not exactly a great pick. And then Kamoko Toure, Rutgers guy. He's okay, but there's not a ton there. I think we're going to have to improve at that position. And yeah, let me just go ahead and make sure I don't forget moving T.Y. Hilton down to star. And I guess let's go ahead and simulate to the playoffs. This should be a playoff team. Yeah, T.Y. Hilton is down to star. And honestly, I should play Jonathan Taylor over Marlon Mack just because I have no intention of bringing back Marlon Mack. I want to rock out with Jonathan Taylor. So I'll at least make him the power back. His yards per carry won't be amazing, but it doesn't matter because all I care about is him. What do I care about? Is him developing. Jonathan Taylor, yeah. So the Colts are 7-4 or 8-4 in real life. This was a win, and they lost today? No, they got crushed by the Titans and won today. What am I talking about? I watched the game. Simulating to the playoffs. The next-gen sim is super fast. That is one of the only good things I can say about it. And this team did not make the playoffs. 9-7 and missed out on the playoffs. Are you kidding me? So, of course, a lot of these stats are going to be based off of what happened in real life. Rivers was unexceptional, but did throw for a really good amount of yards. Rushing, Jonathan Taylor was very, very good. You got to remember he's a goal line guy. Got 166 carries. Scored 6 times on it. Wasn't a starter. Only averaging 3.7 yards per carry. That's pretty bad. But you got to factor in the real-life numbers as Zach Pascal led the team in receiving yards at 724 and 4 touchdowns. Nyheim Hines with 5. Defensively, Darius Leonard, 96 tackles, 7 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. Defoe, 7 sacks for him as well as tackles for loss. But Justin Houston would lead the team with 9.5 sacks, 8 for Danico Autry, 3 picks for Xavier Rhodes would lead the way. And then Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. I'm sure that's a surprise to no one. I don't think we're going to see any Colts in here for Offensive Player of the Year. We don't. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Wouldn't have been shocked to see Darius Leonard listed there, but he doesn't. Jonathan Taylor finishes at 7th for Offensive Rookie of the Year as Justin Herbert wins it. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Patrick Queen. Julian Blackmon at 3. And that's all we're going to look at. I can't believe this team missed the playoffs. But Season 2 is going to be a different story. Let's go ahead and jump over there to Season 2. Well, off-season first. Am I all right? Yeah, Marlon Mack, he would be good to have, but there's just no reason to pay him this contract when we have Jonathan Taylor, and Nyheim Hines will be a fine backup to Jonathan Taylor. T.Y. Hilton had a great career as a Colt. I'm the GM now. I am the captain. I'm running the show. I'm not bringing T.Y. Hilton back. Justin Houston's 32. Phillip Rivers is 39. Xavier Rhodes is 31. I can't really bring these guys back because they're done developing. Malik Hooker's a different story. He's 25, and I'm not going to let him walk the street. He's coming back to Indianapolis, and he is going to play, hopefully, really well and do a lot of things for money. Trey Burton, 29. No. Maybe a 2-year deal. Definitely not a 4-year deal. Mo Alley Cox. I mean, no, not for that price. Anthony Walker Jr., I'd give you a 3-year deal. That really isn't too bad. He wants to play for a new team. Well, I'm not going to franchise tag a middle linebacker for $14.5 million. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I really think that Anthony Walker should be a higher overall. But at 26 years old, normal development, me paying him $5 million per year was already being really nice. Not doing that. Not doing that. So much money in free agency. We just cleared so much cap room. Michael Pittman has star dev. Juju Smith-Schuster could be a pretty nice option for us because even though Paris Campbell is a smaller receiver, I think he's built to play on the outside. Juju Smith-Schuster is a prototypical slot guy. Michael Pittman Jr. is a real X. He's going to play on the outside. Although I could see him as a big slot at times as well. Will Fuller might be a good pickup as well, just because he's 27 with superstar dev, so he's going to develop probably for another year or two, so he could get into the 90s. But I think Juju, with no one going after him to be our slot receiver long term, I think we could get him for cheap, and it would be a really, really good pickup. If he signs with us for that contract, that's money. So now there are going to be more offers on Juju because he didn't sign with us. And yeah, we fall in a 5th. The Raiders are going in. It's a lot of money to pay a receiver, but he'd be the best receiver on our team. Should we really? Yeah, I think we almost have to, right? We're jumping up barely to number 1. That's 88 mil over 5. Big cap hit. I don't love paying a receiver this because I know how quickly some receivers can develop in this game. I almost don't even want to offer this. I'm going to, though, because I know it's big. We just have to work around that cap hit if he signs. If he doesn't, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm really not worried about that. Just 13 mil in terms of what the cap hit would be. It's just so much. It's so much to give a receiver who is not even a 90 overall. So I think we made the right move in not just like getting rid of so much of our salary cap space. Jacob Eason's a 63 overall, normal dev. He's not going to be the one for me. I think we need to draft a quarterback this year. Probably a receiver. It's a deep class. That's why it would have been good to sign Juju, but you know, we don't have to pay a receiver as much money, and we might be able to develop him into the player that Juju is, you know, close to 24 years old, depending on who we get. Jack Doyle needs to be replaced pretty soon. And then defensively, Bobby Okereke has star dev now. Did he have that? No, he didn't. I didn't think so. Darius Leonard, did he have superstar? I don't think he has superstar dev either. He didn't. But he goes up. So what do we really need? Julian Blackmon, I want to give star, but I just don't do that. Need edge rushers. I think quarterback is our priority, though. Quarterback is our priority. We'll see what's available at number 18 as the Jaguars ended up picking first. Marvin Wilson goes to the Dolphins. And here we are, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. Not taking a quarterback right now. Might go wide receiver. Devonta Smith would be a really good option. We need an inside linebacker now. Dylan Moses would be good. Joseph Osai off the edge could be incredible. Gotta love Joseph Osai. Rashad Bateman would be good. I mean, a lot of guys make a lot of sense. Azeez Ojulari, his freaking school reset to not applicable instead of Georgia. That's annoying. I think Devonta Smith makes the most sense. I'm taking him here. 75 overall. Star or better development. Ranked number 13 in the class. Took him at 18. Really solid player. He's obviously tearing it up for Alabama this year if you're watching any Alabama football. He's amazing. He's a true number 1 at Bama right now. Jalen Waddle got hurt for the year. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs III are in the NFL. And then Devonta Smith is the senior that has been there, right? And John Mechie is a beast. But Devonta Smith is clearly the best receiver at Alabama right now. And he's showcasing how much of a talented player he is. As we will simulate to the middle of the second round where we pick again at number 18. Round 2, the quarterbacks are still there as I expected they might be. What do I really want here? It might have to be a QB. Amon-Ra St. Brown is here. He had a crazy game today. 4 touchdowns. I've been on him for a while. I don't like the way I phrased that. I've liked him for a while. Really good player. He came out as a freshman and was just dominating. I think JT Daniels was his quarterback then. But what do I really want? We just took Terrace Marshall in my Saints rebuild. Quincy Roche could be interesting. I think this is the spot where we take a quarterback, though. I think it is. And just for the sake of switching it up, we had Kyle Trask in my Panthers rebuild. Why not pair Devonta Smith with his quarterback at Alabama this past year in Mac Jones, who's looked very, very good for them. He really has been amazing. And he is a 69 overall. Nice. Only normal development. Knew that coming in. But he's got some decent accuracy. Throw power isn't all that bad. Who knows what we might be able to do with him with a little bit of development. Caden Stearns goes to Miami. So the Dolphins have taken Texas safeties in back-to-back years. Brandon Jones and now Caden Stearns. Quincy Roche is still on the board. Kadarius Toney's here. Elijah Moore. Amon-Ra St. Brown is gone. That's unfortunate. I probably would have taken him if he was still there. But I think Quincy Roche makes a lot of sense. Do we want to do that? I think so. Let's do it. Let's take Quincy Roche. Last on the board. Guess what? Pretty good player. 70 overall. Star better development. Ranked number 59 in the class. Took him at number 82. Got pretty good speed and finesse moves. Block shed isn't too bad. He's going to play defensive end for us. Unless we stick in a 3-4. Or move to a 3-4. I say stick. I just rebuilt the Ravens like an hour ago. And we ended up being in a 3-4. So that's why I said that. Kadarius Toney's here in round 4, as is Elijah Moore. They're honestly similar type players. What do I want to do? I do like taking some players that we haven't taken before. That's why these realistic rebuilds are fun. But we don't really need another receiver so much. I just think they're the best players available, like, very easily. I am going to take a receiver. I mean, they're too good not to take, right? And there's so many guys that are about the same type of player, like Kadarius Toney, Elijah Moore, Tutu Atwell, Jalen Darden. Like, all those guys kind of do the same thing. And that doesn't mean they're bad, but it's like they're all like kind of short, extremely elusive, agile players that are best suited in the slot or in like some type of gadget play where they can come around and utilize their skill with the ball in their hands. Who do I really want? I don't think we've taken him. Let's go Kadarius Toney. Why not? 68 overall, but star or better development. 93 speed, 97 acceleration, 97 agility, 97 change of direction. That's his game. If you've seen Kadarius Toney play, this guy can start and stop on a dime and make anybody miss. Really, really fun player. He's going to be a returner for sure for us. Just not sure where else he'll end up getting worked in. Round 5, still some good receivers available. This will be my last pick. And I want who? Let's take the Virginia tight end, former quarterback. And he transferred to Virginia. Yeah, so an interesting thing about Tony Poljan, other than the fact that he was a former quarterback, he's also massive. Poljan is 6'7". Decent speed. I think we might be able to develop him. But when you look at our receiving core now, I guess we kind of did need Kadarius Toney because outside of Michael Pittman Jr., we got Devonta Smith. Paris Campbell's a good third. But Kadarius Toney is way better than Fountain. What, Rico Fountain? Reese Fountain. Also drafted Jalen Darden from North Texas. So we have a lot of really, really quick receivers on this team. On defense, we had to make some changes. Quincy Roche is going to play off the ball a little bit. I'm a little worried about it. Darius Leonard had to get moved inside. Anthony Walker kind of screwed us over by not re-signing. And then at specialist, Darius Leonard is not going to play off the ball. Or on the ball at a rush end. It's not going to happen. He's going to be our sub linebacker. I mean, well, Kari Willis there is interesting, though. But I don't want Darius Leonard as a rush end. I don't want that. I might just go Kadarius Toney receiver 3 and slot receiver just because he is a rookie. He already has star better development trait. So I think he has a higher ceiling in game than Paris Campbell. But I do have to change our rush end. I think it's going to be Quincy Roche is going to be my rush left end. And then Ben Banogu, rush right end. I mean, Kamoko Toure is fine there. I'm good with that. But yeah, Darius Leonard has to be our sub linebacker. I don't know why that wouldn't be default. I think that's stupid. That's ridiculously stupid. We are going to get linebacker training boost to get those guys going and simulate to the midseason mark. We had a decent team. You've seen it for the most part. Now it's time for them to go out and perform. We are getting better. A lot of holes still, but we're going to continue and plug those up. Michael Pittman Jr. is frustrated. Don't be. Problem solved. Colts are 4-3, as are the Rams. We are third in our division, though. It's anybody's division still. Let's see some of these dev traits. That's what I'm excited for. Nope, just kidding. Can't. Cannot. What about defensively? Quincy Roche, a star. Not exactly a huge shock. That kind of is what it is. But Quentin Nelson going to leave the team if we don't bring him back. So we need to. It's going to be a 5-year deal. I'll give Quentin Nelson basically whatever he wants, and he returns. Darius Leonard, another guy we need to bring back. And it's a good thing I moved him to a middle linebacker, because we'd have to pay him a lot more if he was listed at outside linebacker. So very good that Darius Leonard is middle linebacker. He's cheaper. Braden Smith, give him a 5-year deal. And I guess he wants more money. Grover Stewart's contract isn't in the game yet. But, I mean, a 3-year deal worth about $10 million a year. That's, like, about what he got, right? He resigns. Anthony Costanzo's 33. But I would gladly give him a 2-year deal to keep him in Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines is here. Kimoko Toure. Mark Lewinsky can walk. A lot of big free agents, honestly. Tyquan Lewis as well. He's a decent player. I don't think Toure is going to be worth re-signing. But I guess on like a 3-year deal, that really isn't too bad. So he re-signs. So I guess Braden Smith is really the only one that's, you know, really necessary for us to bring back right now. And I'm not giving Nyheim Hines that contract. There's just no way. Running back is so replaceable. I don't know that I can give him like $3 million a year. I just don't think it's going to be the best move for us. Is he actually starting over Jonathan Taylor right now? Gosh. Totally spaced on that, because Jonathan Taylor is starting at fullback. No, get him out of there. 4-4. We lost that game, but Braden Smith needs to resign, and I might even end up giving Nyheim Hines that contract. He's a really solid backup to have. Third down running back. He still wants more money. I don't want to give you more. I'm gonna level with you. I just don't want to give you more money. Player progression, D-line for now. We'll do DB for the next one. And I think I'm just going to simulate to the playoffs. 9-7. Wild card matchup against the Patriots. Just snuck into the playoffs. And we had the 21st best offense. Not great, but you know who was great? Mac Jones. Broke the touchdown record for rookies with 34. And that brings up a good point. How close is Justin Herbert to breaking the rookie touchdown record? He's got to do it, right? He has 23. Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. But I think Herbert can probably get to 30 with a good game in there. But Mac Jones broke it, 34. The record right now is 27, I believe, from Baker Mayfield. Over 4,100 yards, 13 picks. Unreal rookie season, honestly. Jonathan Taylor averaged 3.4 yards per carry, really bad. And then receiving, Michael Pittman Jr., frustrated as he led the team in yards with 987, 2 touchdowns. But it was Kadarius Toney in the slot, lighting the NFL on fire with 13 touchdowns. Almost 1,000 yards as well. Devonta Smith as a rookie has star dev. Almost 900 yards on 86 catches, 7 touchdowns. 64 for 642 yards for Doyle, 6 TDs. Defensively, Darius Leonard led the team in tackles with 117. Also 11 for loss, 5 sacks, 2 picks. Was great. DeForest Buckner, 15 tackles for loss, led the team. Quincy Roche was pretty good, 10. But DeForest Buckner led the team in sacks with 9.5, 7 for Kimoko Toure, 5.5 Grover Stewart, 5 for Darius Leonard. Interceptions, 5 from Kenny Moore, and look at all the picks for the rest of the team. 2 from Darius Leonard, Bobby Okereke, Marvell Tell, Julian Blackman, Malik Hooker, Rocky Seen, and Kari Willis. This defense, I feel like, is accumulating a lot of stats. But how do they actually perform in terms of limiting yards? 14th? That really isn't too bad. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Mac Jones at number 9. AFC Offense Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. We're going to see Mac Jones. at number 7. And also for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I almost guarantee it. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Stephon Gilmore. Darius Leonard just misses out at number 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Mac Jones. Kadarius Toney at 5. Devonta Smith at 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Quincy Roche at number 3. No other Colts, but we are a playoff team. Got the Patriots in the wild card, not jumping in, just seeing if we can beat them here and advance to the divisional. And that's exactly what happens. 29-15, as I will spend some Coach XP by DB training boost, as well as O-line training boost. And see if we can beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the divisional. This would be a pretty impossible game to win. But wasn't it the Chiefs that got up so big on the Colts years ago in the playoffs and Andrew Luck mounted an unbelievable comeback? That feels right. We'll see what happens in this one as the Chiefs go down at the hands of the Indianapolis Colts. Mac Jones better than Patrick Mahomes? Nah, of course not. But we see our foes in the division, the Titans, in the conference championship in Nashville. Certainly won't be easy. Conference championship here in only year number 2. 1 win away from the Super Bowl, simulating, will we win it? No, we don't. Do get a trophy, though, for winning Rookie of the Year for one of our players. How have I not done that before on PS5? I don't know. Mac Jones gets upgraded to Star Dev. So good for Mac Jones. We need that throw power to go up. Give me a big throw power boost right here, please. +1. Please. There we go. I'll take it. Up to an 88. Kadarius Toney star. Devonta Smith star. Michael Pittman Jr. still star. What else am I looking at here? Not really much on offense. On defense, Darius Leonard did what he had to do, which was go up to Superstar X Factor. Let's go. Bobby Okereke up to Superstar. Kimoko Toure makes it extremely interesting as he goes up to Star. He is 27, though. Don't know how much longer he's going to develop. Maybe another year or 2. 3 at the most. Julian Blackmon still stays at normal, which is annoying. But we're ready for another offseason. Time to take advantage of our players developing really, really nicely. Do I bring back Nyheim Hines? I don't. Mark Lewinsky, no. Yeah, nobody in there, really. $90 million. And Jair Alexander's here. But so is Fred Warner. No one's even offering him a contract. If we could steal him for cheap, that'd be amazing. 79 total points. Let me just take it down a little bit more. 72. I just want it to stay in the green. That's a monster contract, but I think he's worth it. DJ Moore is here as well. No one's going after him. Why? Oh, we might have a monster free agent class. It doesn't really make sense to sign DJ Moore, as good as he is. Jair would be a big signing. We get him, or at least we used to get him a lot. Harold Landry's someone I am going to offer on, because he is just so good. And the Bengals really aren't offering him a lot. Like, why would you not want a 26-year-old stud pass rusher with superstar development? I don't know. Oh, Anthony Costanzo retired. That's where a lot of money just came from. So maybe Isaiah Wynn can get a contract. I'd be really happy with that. Super bad news is Isaiah Wynn rejects, but we did get Fred Warner. I lowballed DJ Moore, and he's coming to Indianapolis. Wow. Huge free agent class. James Daniels, O.J. Howard, and Harold Landry are all coming to Indianapolis. I mean, I can't tell you how much I lowballed DJ Moore. I offered him a super bad contract for him. Let's go ahead and check it out. 5 years, total salary of $32.3 million. He's really making about $10 million a year, when he could get probably $5 million more per year easily. So that's a really, really favorable contract. And then O.J. Howard. What an addition this is. Super stoked about this. He moves up to an 83 overall already. I don't know what that number is. 44. At tight end, that's terrible, and I have to change it. I don't know why. I would never do this, but I just staring at 44. It's just disgusting. There are no numbers in the 80s. Oh my God. Okay. Never mind then. Like, we really didn't need DJ Moore, but I get he was too good to pass up on for that price. So wide receiver is set beyond belief now. And then defensively, what an addition Fred Warner becomes, because now we can super comfortably move Quincy Roche to left end, Darius Leonard back to outside linebacker. We are set up for success. And Harold Landry can play left end as well. Or what we could do is go into a 3-4 defense. So 86 overall team. Mac Jones is a 76 overall, but playing up with morale, you just got to pretend that doesn't exist. So 76 overall, and I've organized a team in a way that I think is going to be amazing. This is how specialist looks. And then when you check out the defense, we are a 3-4 now. Landry at right outside linebacker. Darius Leonard at left outside linebacker, but that's not really how it's going to look in game because he's going to be a sub linebacker for us. So I think our linebacking core is probably the best in the NFL very easily. Shades of like 2015 49ers, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Aldon Smith. Oh, Ahmad Brooks. That was a fourth one. And then their defensive line was awesome too, with Justin Smith on it. And then maybe that's our DeForest Buckner type guy, but it isn't really because Justin Smith held people in place and DeForest Buckner wrecks house. He gets in there, offers a ton of pressure. But our offense right now, our offense is not great because we're missing a really good left tackle. But do I move Quentin Nelson over there? We got James Daniels now to play left guard. Why not? Quentin Nelson, I think, just like Zach Martin, could very easily play tackle just because of his overall ability. So amazing. I think he could do it. So now we just really need a right guard. We're going into the draft needing a guard, a cornerback maybe, and we're in a really good position. Orlando Brown Jr. still here though, and no one has offered on him. If I gave you a 5-year deal worth less than $10 million per year, if Orlando Brown Jr. accepts, Quentin Nelson goes back to guard, and we are living a beautiful life. And Orlando Brown Jr. has accepted. Why was no one going after any free agent? I'm shocked. Quentin Nelson back to left guard, James Daniels to right guard. We're living the good life right now. Endless money. We spent a lot of it. Still have a lot left over. Our offensive line's amazing. So what am I really focusing on here? It'd be backups. We are not going to take a receiver. I think running back is in play to have a good backup to Jonathan Taylor. I think tight end is in play because Jack Doyle is not getting any younger. And then defensively, I love what we have. I think another linebacker in general, probably on the inside, is what we're looking at. But also defensive line and corner. Like, Quincy Roche is developing. Kamoko Toure is a good player. He is 27. We need another defensive lineman as well. We have a little bit more holes than I thought we did, but we are definitely trending in a really, really good direction. I can see this team being super good in 2022. Here's the 2022 NFL draft, picking at 29. Might make a move up if there's a good enough player. And Tyree Crowther would be a good enough player, but there's no way I can get up to number 1. Okay, there's some sick running backs, though. DeAndre Peters in the 3rd round. There we go. Nate Blackburn in the 2nd. I mean, even Jeff Peterson. I mean, we have some really good options. There are also some amazing receivers here. I will not be taking one, but there's some really, really good players. Niles Whitfield is amazing. Wow. Can I move any of those guys to tight end? Jay Colbert, 6'4", 221. He would be a candidate. It's probably the only one where I can get away with it. Jose Spruce, maybe, but won't be taking him. You got Mac Andrews here. Sounds like you're trying to say the Baltimore Ravens tight end, but with like an Australian accent. All right, it's Mac Andrews. So that wasn't great. But, like, you can't really... There's not enough words to really show off the accent. Whatever. You're just going to have to take my word for it. It's better than that. Some good guys in here. Caleb Sheldon. Power rusher, but... I'm looking for speed guys. Jermaine Wilkins, what do you offer me? A lot of speed. Can't see his finesse moves. There is not one speed rusher defensive tackle in the entire class. Marquise Buchanan, a little slow, but looks really good for the 3rd round. Some amazing inside linebackers. Really, really good players there. They're late 1st round guys, but you can't like take that into account for inside linebacker because they're always going to be lower overalls based on how those position overalls are stretched. Some decent corners as well. Maybe 2 that I would be interested in, but other than that, there's not a whole lot. And then interesting, these safeties. Tevin Caldwell, Taj Sweat, both early first-round guys, but Casey Reese, B-man coverage to go with super high hit power. Slot cornerback, anyone? But I'm just going to simulate to round 1, pick 29, and we will see what is available. So the running backs are going to be available. Don't really want to take one, but it also depends on what's here. And it's all running backs. So I guess we might as well take one. Who looks to be the best? I think DeAndre Peters looks to be the best. But Jeff Peterson ran 4.35. 22. 22. Peters is 23. Who's the best here? Nate Blackburn had the highest combine grade. 22 reps. 20 reps. 21 reps of 225. I don't know. This is actually kind of a tough call. They're all going to be really, really good players. I wanted to trade down here, but I'm just not getting the value I want. So I will be taking one of these running backs, I guess. It's such a tough decision. Maybe I'll look at some other positions before really making that call. You know, I actually could take multiple running backs if I wanted to. So it's really between Jeff Peterson and Nate Blackburn at first. I think I would prefer to have Nate Blackburn. That's who I'm going with. 78 overall, number 3 in the class. I have a feeling that another one of those running backs will be higher rated than this, but not really a bad pick at all. 92 speed. He's an elusive back with 78 trucking. So that's pretty nice. Doesn't offer me a ton as a receiver. He's okay. Tell me that outside linebacker is still available. He might not be. Oh, everyone's gone. That sucks. Well, okay then. Trading a 2, a 3, and a 3 next year for a second-round pick from the Jets with the assumption that they're going to be really bad next year, and that pick is going to be basically a late first-rounder. It's so close to the first round. But, yeah, there was no one else in the draft that I thought was worth taking at all. So I'm fine with trading a 2 and a 3 and just throwing in a 3rd next year to move up probably about 60 spots based on where I think we're going to be drafting. So super comfortable with that. We really only drafted one player. Of course, the CPU would have drafted some more guys down the board, but Nate Blackburn, highest overall running back on our team, tied for it. Oh my goodness, the CPU drafted a star development player down the board, Ezekiel Bronson, 6'1", 250. This is our Dwight Freeney. Dwight Freeney, short little guy. I think Dwight Freeney was 6 foot flat. But, no, he was 6'1". All right, there you go. But, yeah, maybe that's our Dwight Freeney. Is he built to be a super explosive guy? 81 speed, 85 acceleration. Hey, maybe this is our Dwight Freeney. That's saying a lot, though. Dwight Freeney is one of the best pass rushers of the last 2 decades, probably. How many all-time sacks does he have? 125 and a half. It's pretty good. Pretty good. He had a stretch from 2002 to 2010 where he had 94. Not too bad. That's averaging 10.4 per year. And then in 2006 and 2007, he combined for less than 10 because of injury and, I guess, somewhat poor performance in 2006. But he was the master of the strip sack. Not sure if that drafted random player is going to be the same deal. But you've already seen the team. I mean, nothing really has changed because we just brought in another running back. That's really it. So we'll see how this team performs. I will see you at the midseason mark. I expect very, very good things as Mac Jones takes another step, as our defense continues to grow. This should be a very good team. All right. Coming off a very close win against the Cowboys, who are a really talented team in Sim. We are 4-3. Tied for first in the AFC South somewhat. Listed at second, as Rocky Sin is going to be a free agent, as is Bobby Okereke. Kari Willis, Paris Campbell, I have to let walk. Jack Doyle, have to let walk. Marvell Tell, have to let walk. Ben Benogu, have to let walk. But Bobby Okereke and Rocky Sin, I am down to bring them back. Okereke can sign on a 4-year deal. Welcome back, Bobby Okereke. And then Rock Ya-Sin, probably about the same. About $5 million a year for him. Well, it's going to scale up and bonus is factored in, but that's the cap hit for right now. We will upgrade the team. There are a few upgrades in there, and I'd love for Julian Blackmon to go up to at least star at some point during this rebuild. We are an 89 overall team. Really good team. Devonta Smith, it would be nice to see him go up as well. Defensively, still don't know Bronson, his development trait, but he seems like he's developing kind of quickly. So good for him. And then who do I have in the slot again? Michael Pittman Jr. I don't really want that. But I guess we'll keep it there for now. We're already halfway through a season. Might as well let the guy eat. Actually, what am I talking about? Let's put our best player there. Let's get DJ Moore in there and develop the hell out of Mac Jones. Ooh, another playoff matchup against the Chiefs. This is the wild card. They went 9-7. We went 11-5 and won the division very easily. What happened? Because we were 4-3. We lost 38-0 week 1. Not ideal, but guess what? Second half of the season went on a tear. Lost 2 games, including one against the Chiefs. Who was the other team that was about tied with us? Was it the Titans? That's 3 wins. That's 4-3, right? Yeah. They just had a wishy-washy second half of the year. Not good. But I don't care. We're the Colts' second best offense as Mac Jones throws for almost 5,000 yards. 34 touchdowns, however, 16 picks is not good. Jonathan Taylor still can't average any yards per carry. 892 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then receiving, DJ Moore, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. Michael Pittman Jr., almost 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. Devonta Smith, over 900 yards, but barely found the end zone, only twice. O.J. Howard, almost 800 yards. Ball distribution is in crazy. Is in crazy? Yep. Yeah, not insane or crazy. In crazy. It's a new word. Fred Warner, 102 tackles, 5 for loss of pick, and 3.5 sacks. However, Harold Landry, 14.5 sacks, leads the team. 11.5 for DeForest Buckner. 6.5 for Darius Leonard. 3.5 Fred Warner. 3.5 Quincy Roche. You got to get way more pressure on the quarterback, buddy. Only 4 interceptions for the team. Where was our defense ranked? Anytime. 4th. I mean, still great. Tom Brady wins MVP. Mac Jones gets up to number 7. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Mac Jones at 6. Defensive Player of the Year is Harold Landry. I'm in. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Quentin Honeycutt. Nate Blackburn, backup running back at 2. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jermaine Wilkins. Yeah, we didn't have anybody, so that makes sense. But the team is really, really good. Oh, yeah, let's upgrade Robert Windsor. Oh, my God, that's going to do it. 91 overall team, offense and defense also at 91 overall. We'll see if we can beat the Chiefs and advance to the next round. No. 3-point loss sends us packing to the offseason as we look for success in 2023. Kari Willis, I don't want you. I'm sorry. Giants-Ravens Super Bowl. Paris Campbell, I'd love to bring you back, but we just have too many other guys at the moment. Rodrigo Blankenship, man, a lot I could say about that picture. I'm going to let you guys be creative and think about what I might be thinking about as we will simulate to free agency. Show me some amazing dev trade upgrades. Mac Jones got to be superstar, right? He sure is. Superstar dev for Mac Jones. I don't believe it. DJ Moore is up to superstar X Factor. Grab and smash. Sure. Devonta Smith is unchanged, as is Michael Pittman Jr. and Kadarius Toney. Defensively, Harold Landry, of course, goes up to superstar X Factor. Good for him. He won Defensive Player of the Year. But Bobby Okereke went down to star. It's sad. It's a sad day. But he's a backup linebacker. He's not really playing a ton in our hybrid. But look at Bronson, man. Ezekiel Bronson. Had superstar dev all the way down the board. The CPU randomly drafted a superstar development defensive end. I just must be trash that I can't do it. Is he good? I mean, 81 speed, 80 finesse moves. Kind of. Low play rec and awareness, I think, is bringing down his overall. Do I want to get him starting? Kinda. What do we need in the draft? Corner? Yeah, I think corner is our biggest need. I'm fine at safety. Our linebackers are excellent. And then offensively, I think we're great as well. Could be another running back, but corner is our biggest need by a lot. I don't think I'm going to spend any money in free agency. As a great corners there. But hear me out. Hear me out. We have 20 mil in a salary cap space right now. It's going to be super expensive to bring some of these guys back. Don't want to go blowing it on random free agents and not lose the guys that have made us the team that we currently are. So I'm going to just go ahead and hold pat as we have a baller cornerback. Late first round, I'm out. Okay, some really good corners available. Hopefully they don't go early. Tim Kennedy. Solid value for the 4th round for sure. Venzel Little might be the coolest name I've ever heard. And he's not little. He's 6'6", 300 pounds. I've never seen Venzel before. It's like Denzel, but with a V. Another L. Pick 23, as there goes a safety I was interested in. Some sick running backs still available. Ben Ballard out of the U looks great. Could be a nickel corner for us. This guy's name is Nick Nix. Okay. Don't like that. Or I love it. I'm in between. Let's go with the safety, right? Ben Ballard. 77 overall, number 2 in the draft. Took him at 23. Only normal development, but yeah, he's amazing. Great speed, zone coverage, tackling, pursuit, hit power. Man coverage is really not even bad. Ben Ballard, what a great player. 6'3", 201. Nickel cornerback vibes on him all day. Round 2, pick 13. This is the Jets pick. Is this running back time? They're all gone. Every one of them gone. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm going with the receiver here just because we can. He's a good player. We don't really need him, but it's good depth at the position because Paris Campbell's gone. Sir Paris Campbell replacement. Javonte Brown. Solid player. Really fast. Can catch pretty well. Not the best route runner. Didn't need a receiver, but guess what? It didn't like impede any of my other picks because with this pick, I'm taking a cornerback in Tim Kennedy. 73 overall, normal dev. Really not that bad either. 92 speed. Man coverage is good. Zone coverage, not so good. Nice tackling. And I will let the CPU handle the rest. Let me see how sick these running backs were, because they all looked really, really good. I bet they're the highest overall players in the class. Jose McNeil, 78 normal. Jamichael Fulton, 77 normal. Julian Jordan, 76 normal. Okay, the running backs weren't as good as I originally thought. Strong cornerbacks, didn't really have a shot at any of them. I mean, all these guys just have normal dev. Ugh. Madden 21. I'm starting Zeke Bronson over Kamoko Toure, just to get him in there, because that's fun. And this safety, Ben Ballard, I got to find a spot for him. The last Ben pick for the Colts didn't really work out too well in Ben Banogu. He's going to be different. He'll be a backup safety and also our nickel corner. Kenny Moore, we're going to keep on the outside. Yeah, he's built for the slot. He plays slot in real life. I get that. In game, it's not going to matter. He has all the ability to play on the outside that we need. Where is Darius Leonard? Why would he be a rush end? Why would he be? I don't like that. He's an 84 overall there. 85 speed rusher. Maybe we'll try it and have Okereke as a sub linebacker. That feels like a mistake. That feels like a mistake. I was dying as I tried to get through that with, I don't know. I think it was fighting off a burp. I can't remember. It was only like 10 seconds ago. DJ Moore going to go in the slot. We will have Devonta Smith in behind him, and then Michael Pittman Jr. as our third option. I guess Darius Leonard wants to try being a rush end. Go for it. Have a blast. 3-4 at the midseason mark. The Jags are 6-1. They can't be. I need to see their overall. The Texans are an 80. I know the Jags are the one that's 6-1, but I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. Kenny Moore got to bring back. Julian Blackman got to bring back. More like we got to Julian bring him Blackman. It's brutal. Kenny Moore's back, though. Julian Blackman is Julian Backman. I think I got it better that time. Michael Pittman Jr., I want to bring him back. He's a solid option. He doesn't want the money, though. And then Jonathan Taylor is like pretty cheap. And he is back. Rigoberto Sanchez, I'll give him money. Oh, he's really not even expensive. Let's bring you back, Rigo. Oh, let's go. So the only one we need back is Michael Pittman Jr., who I do want to keep. I want to keep some staples of the Colts team in real life. And Michael Pittman Jr., I think it's safe to say, will be one of those long term. But 91 overall team. I need to see what the Jags record, or what their overall is to get that record. We're 4-4. I think having Darius Leonard rush the passer's mistake. I really do. I think I should change that in order to be more successful. Because I think we're making mistakes keeping him there. I got to change. I'm going to. Let's get an actual pass rusher in that role. I'm trying out Ezekiel Bronson at rush left end. He's only a 68 overall, but I don't understand why. Because his finesse moves is really high. And his speed's really good. So he should be a beast in theory. Wide receiver training boost. Get on up there. And we will simulate to the playoffs, which I hope we're going to be a part of them. Oh, I want to see the Jags. Hold on. Stop. We beat them 31-7. We're 6-4. The Jags are 6-4 now. All right, we're golden. We had not lost a game since moving Zeke Bronson in as a rush end. We went 11-5. And we lost our last week against the Titans. How does this team keep going on crazy stretches in the second half of the season? We won every single game except for the last one, and we crushed teams. And it was really our defense. Look at this. 7 points allowed week 11. 6 points allowed. 3 points allowed. 6 points allowed. I wonder if Zeke Bronson is just the best player of all time. It's got to be, right? That's the only answer. 16th best offense. I'm sure Mac Jones threw 16 interceptions. Second best defense. Mac Jones, amazing season. 4,200 yards, 40 touchdowns. 13 picks is still not great, but it's not bad. Like for the, his offensive production. Jonathan Taylor still can't average over 4 yards per carry. He did have 8 touchdowns, so almost 1,000 yards receiving. DJ Moore, 1,400 yards on 98 catches, including 20 touchdowns. OJ Howard was ridiculous as well. Devonta Smith with a good year. Michael Pittman Jr. really didn't contribute all that much. Fred Warner, 6 sacks, 3 picks, 101 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. Harold Landry at 11 tackles for loss led the team. And then quarterback sacks, DeForest Buckner with 14. Quincy Roche with 11. Darius Leonard had 8. Harold Landry had 7.5. Fred Warner 6. Ezekiel Bronson with 4. But he was the guy that changed this team around. 87 finesse moves for him. Whew. Relax. But actually don't. Keep balling out. Rock Ya-Sin, 4 picks. 3 for Warner. 3 for Ben Ballard as a rookie. Okay. Julian Blackmon with 3. Oh, this team's actually playing crazy. Tom Brady wins another MVP. Baker Mayfield has been replaced very clearly. Mac Jones at 8 for MVP. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Shamel Westbrook. Mac Jones at 5. Defensive Player of the Year, B. Wags with the Patriots. Fred Warner at number 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Shamel Westbrook. Bobby Corbett at 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jermichael Fulton. Ben Ballard at number 2. Tim Kennedy at 6. How did Ben Ballard not win it? That's actually super surprising. Can we beat the Steelers in the wild card with this team? Yes. 35-32, super close game. This is not what I wanted to open up. Mac Jones also went crazy, 4 touchdowns. Did throw a pick. I thought this is an upgrade. Anyway, we got the Patriots here in the divisional. This is going to be a tough one. They had 11 wins. And down they go. 35-20 is your final. Here's upgrades. Tony Fields. And I am going to jump in. Conference championship against the Bengals. They went 12-4 with their 86 overall team. They have Gregory Rousseau, and I'm sure they were led by Joe Burrow. It's time to get after it. Conference championship in Cincinnati. Colts are going to try and march in and ruin all the fun. It's a close game so far. We're up 14-7. Make it 21-7. Defense needs to hold strong. The offense needs to continue to put points up on the board. It's exactly what's happening right now. 27-14, but a touchdown for the Bengals really changes a lot here. But we made a touchdown. We got a touchdown to ensure that it didn't matter. 33-21. Fred Warner got a pick in there. And the Bengals are going down in the AFC Conference Championship. The Indianapolis Colts are headed back to the Super Bowl for the first time since with Peyton Manning in what? 2006 when they won? When's the last time they were in the Super Bowl? Oh, was it 2009? Was that Colts Saints? Oh, it definitely was 2009. Colts Saints Super Bowl. Yeah, that's going to be 2009. Played in 2010, but it was a 2009 season. I don't know why we got kicked out there. Yeah, but that was what? That had to be Colts Saints. Yeah. 31-17. Saints won that game. But yeah, for the first time since 2009, unless I'm missing something blatantly obvious, but Andrew Luck never made a Super Bowl. So we have the stupid game. Okay, Super Bowl time. Show me some big dev trade upgrades. I think we're going to see Superstar X Factor for Mac Jones as it's Colts Saints in the Super Bowl again. It's time for revenge. Oh my goodness. No Drew Brees to hold us down this time. Colts Saints Super Bowl rematch in 2023. Mac Jones stays at Superstar. No other receiver goes up. What about on defense? I'm missing something? I don't think so. I just think everyone's staying the same. How did every single player on the team stay the same? That's crazy to me. Bronson's near an 80, though, which is cool. As a rush end, he's not very high, which I don't understand. I don't get it. Because when you think of what a rush end would be, you'd think, okay, a good athlete to come in and purely rush the passer. And he's not a good run defender, 66 block shed, but he's got 82 speed, 85 acceleration, 87 finesse moves with high tackling, with good pursuit. Power moves is low. Maybe he'd be better overall at rush left end or something. Not sure, but super weird. 92 overall team, though. We have a chance to rewrite history. Get our revenge against the Saints in the Super Bowl. Come on now, Colts. Let's do it. We got a big lead here already. 24. Well, now it's evaporating. 27-17. Saints make it a field goal game. Hold us out of the end zone. It's 31-30 Saints. We retake the lead, but they tie it up. 3 minutes to go. I'm jumping in, seeing some of these playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd and 2. Their quarterback is for them. Alvin Kamara in the backfield. And are they going to go over the middle? Oh my God. Is it impossible to use her on next gen? I guess you got to react way earlier. We've allowed 400 plus passing yards. Do have 2 interceptions. But we've also allowed 3 passing touchdowns. Seems to be a really, really high-powered offense, though. And it's a weird lob. Okay, not even close. I mean, is usering even the wave on next gen? I don't know if it is. But Kamara dragging Darius Leonard to the marker. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Zone blitz. Did I choose the wrong play? No. Plug up the middle. I think I lined up offsides. And that is a quick throw and incomplete. Really nice play. I need to see who broke this pass up, because this maybe saved us a Super Bowl. Who is it? Is that Kenny Moore? No, it's McCoy. Okay. Over the middle, open. It's DJ Moore. More and more. We got Kenny Moore on defense, DJ Moore on offense, and I want more yards. Mac Jones going to throw for over 400. The Saints are going to allow over 500 total yards, as Jonathan Taylor likely going to get an RPO here. RPO handoff. He is up the middle. Jonathan Taylor trucks through a safety. Luckily has help. But Jonathan Taylor takes it to midfield, and just like that, we are knocking on the door of a Super Bowl win. O.J. Howard wearing number 44 looks crazy, and they almost had pressure. I don't really like the separation here. We're just going to throw it away. Live to die another day. Not really seeing a ton of separation on all Madden. DJ Moore. Oh, where's that football going? Where is that football going? We had DJ Moore over the middle. No way. Oh my God. And now we have to punt. Y'all know the deal, though. Best punter on YouTube. Time for me to prove it to you. That we need a good punt here. We got to pin him. Rigo Sanchez. I think it's going to be perfect. Get down there, Rodgers. Get down there. They're pinned on the 3. What a punt. Best punter on YouTube. Don't forget it. But we're headed to overtime. 38-38. In only the 2nd Super Bowl ever to go to overtime, and we won the toss. We're going to get the ball, and we're going to score. Shout out Matt Hasselbeck. But what happened in that game is not going to happen in this game. Quick throw, Devonta Smith. Love a good slant there. Mac Jones connects with his former Alabama teammate. They've never not been teammates. Think about that. Well, I mean, in college or above. Obviously, I don't think high school was the same case. As we duck it down to Jonathan Taylor. He gets about 10. Mac Jones going to throw for actually 500 yards here. He can. But that's only if we pass the ball for the rest of the game. We can streak Michael Pittman and end the game right now, I think. Oh, he's wide open. Mac Jones. Throw it downfield. Mossed. Michael Pittman Jr. goes up and gets it. And now Mac Jones throws for over 500 yards in the Super Bowl. We threw it to our big jump ball receiver. And it pays off. Bubble screen. DJ Moore breaks a tackle and can't find the end zone. Dangerous throw. Would have been really, really nice to score that way. Let's give it to Jonathan Taylor. End the game. Right guard's going to pull. James Daniels with the speed. And that is a Super Bowl win. Jonathan Taylor goes into the end zone. And the Colts are going to hoist the Lombardi. Vengeance over the Saints is so sweet. And this time, it's confetti falling for the Indianapolis Colts. Super Bowl victory at long last. Kenny Moore is your player of the game. Had a pick 6. And I guess it mattered a lot. I mean, it was a really close game. Ended up going to overtime. Clearly was a big play. But was it better than Mac Jones throwing for over 500 yards in the Super Bowl? No, it wasn't. He will get to hoist the Lombardi, though, alongside DJ Moore and Fred Warner and Jonathan Taylor. Super Bowl victory is once again to the Indianapolis Colts. That was phrased poorly, but you get what I'm saying. We'll do one more season, try and repeat. Let's get into it. Is there anyone we really need to bring back here? No. There you go. We only have 1.82 million. CeeDee Lamb's a free agent. Guess what? We don't need him. Our team is disgusting. Everyone is under contract. We just won the Super Bowl, and we are only getting better. I mean, what else is there even to talk about? Unreal receiving core. Mac Jones is the beast. Offensive line's incredible. Defensively, everyone's great. Julian Blackmon finally went up to star. There you go. Did that happen already? I just didn't notice it. Looks like it may have. Either way, it's long overdue. As, what do I even want to draft here? 93 offense, 92 defense. No one's really going to come in and play. Backup tight end. Got Tony Poljan up to almost a 70. Backup QB. Backup QB probably is what it's going to end up being. I mean, we're pretty great everywhere. If we can get the best corner in the draft, they could have a pretty good chance to play. But yeah, we are in a great position. This guy's 6'3", 296, and a 4.67 40. Shut up. He looks amazing. And we could use a backup defensive tackle, to be fair. I mean, they'd be better than Grover Stewart at this point. Might have to make a move up. Oh, third round corner, he's an early first round guy. Say less. Early first round guy in the second. We're about to have a really good draft class. So the play is trade up for the defensive tackle and then draft a corner. Well, also Bart Donnell is an edge rusher, and he looks amazing. He's probably not going to last till 32. It's the final year. I might just do a bunch of trade ups for fun at this point. The team is super sick. Trading a future first in Grover Stewart for number 5 overall. Of course, like, we did the realistic rebuild. Now we're doing some things a little bit for fun. That's not a crazy trade, but as good as Brian Redd is, by the way, I think Teddy Matlock appears to be one of the best defensive tackles I've ever seen. Have to take him just to see. He's number 4 in the class at 77 overall. Okay, strong draft class. Star better development. I think this is already much better than Grover Stewart, just based on age alone. He's 22, 77 overall, does have star better. Grover Stewart had normal. 91 strength, 83 power moves, 81 speed. He is a freak of nature. The Broncos have another player named Fant on the team now. I want to see what overall Brian Redd ends up being. That is definitely something I'm curious about. And he is Gonna go sometime soon. Falcons, maybe? Oh, they take a defensive tackle. He's still on the board. There he goes. 76 overall. 78 overall D tackle goes to the Packers. The reason I'm going pick by pick right now is I'm considering and strongly considering a trade up. Kamoko Tsure and a 3rd round pick gets me number 20 from the Cowboys. So they get, you know, a pretty good edge rusher for him, as I'm going to take a defensive end right now in Bart Donnell out of Florida. 6'4", 252, 21 years old. As far as age, height, weight, speed, as far as everything goes, Bart Donnell looks like the prototypical edge rusher. He's got the height, the length, the weight. He's young. He's super fast, super strong. I don't know that I've ever seen a more prototypical edge in the draft ever. Had to take him. Bart Donnell is a 75 overall, number 9 in the class. Only normal dev, 87 speed to go along with 75 finesse moves. He'll be someone that develops really well long term. I said this would be the final year, but also I'm really enjoying what the team is. As there goes Denario Rice, 77 overall, corner. And I think that's exactly what I would have taken. That's really annoying. Gonna reach for the player I want because it's not a reach. Matthias Gardner. I think we know he's gonna be at least top 8 in the draft. Top skills are great. He's super fast. Also has a build 6'1", 201 with 4.31 speed and good top skills. He's gonna be a beast. Number 1 in the entire class. So that's definitely top 8. Only normal development. Nice zone coverage and tackling. 95 speed, 76 man. Yeah, he's a really good player. David Daniels. A- power moves. Kind of nice from a random D tackle down the board, end of the 2nd round. Probably is going to be who I end up taking. Don't really see anyone else worth taking here, though. So defensive tackle. David Daniels it is. Power moves is 83. I guess that's A-. Yikes. Going to be the end of the draft, though. Curious about this draft recap because we pulled a, 2014 Vikings. Had 3 first-round picks. And, did anyone else have a good dev trade? Adam Cobb did. Denario Rice, I would have taken normal dev. So, honestly, I'd rather have Matthias Gardner. Yeah, Matlock's a monster. I mean, Zeke Bronson's a really cool player. This is just an awesome team. This might be the best team I've built all year. And it's really built for the future as well. And, like, look at our backups, man. Ben Ballard, 79 overall, only 23 years old. He's been in the league for 1 year. Matthias Gardner. I mean, even Kennedy. He's going into his 2nd year. He's a really solid 4th option. On our defensive line, got Matlock in behind Buckner, Bronson, Quincy Roche, Fred Warner, Bobby Okereke, Harold Landry, Darius Leonard. Like, we have great backups everywhere. I mean, look at our receivers, dude. They're amazing. As fun as it would be to play Teddy Matlock as our rush D tackle, Quincy Roche has 91 finesse moves, and it would be a super huge problem at rush D tackle because he's a major mismatch because he's not a D tackle. So that's what I'm doing. Slot cornerback's odd, but I think I am just going to play Kenny Moore there. That's his best role. And, I mean, we should be doing really, really well this season. And again, like, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I might play another year after, just because I think this team could be so good. 5-2 at the midseason mark, currently at the top of a competitive AFC South. DeForest Buckner's a free agent. We have a bunch here. We do have a bunch. Diami Brown's on the team. Didn't even know that. Well, I mean, obviously not in real life. He's got star dev as well. When did this happen? How much money do we have? 45 mil. I can't bring back everybody. So, I don't know. We brought back, what, DeForest Buckner, Devonta Smith, Ryan Kelly. Couldn't bring back Mac Jones. We don't have the money for everybody. I think I'm just going to try and save a little bit and then franchise tag Mac Jones if I do another season after this, because he's super expensive based on the way he's developed. But we are going to be in the playoffs. Got to be. I don't really see any way we're not. 11-5 again in the wild card. There's another team in the AFC that's just killing it, apparently, as we will upgrade the squad. Forgot I drafted Bart Donnell, even though that just happened. 94 overall team. It's a really, really solid team. Our defensive tackle, we don't even know what he is yet. Teddy Matlock, because he's really not playing a whole lot because I have Quincy Roche. Like, I could move Matlock, but I think Roche is just absolutely wrecking shop. He has 5 sacks already. So, yeah, I mean, he's playing pretty well. On pace for double digits. Oh, no, the season ended. Why did I think that was a midseason mark? I'm crazy. That was we had the first offense in the league, best offense in terms of yards, and best defense in terms of yards. Mac Jones, almost 5,000 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 13 picks. Rushing, Jonathan Taylor finally hit the magic number of 4 yards per carry at 4 touchdowns, but Nate Blackburn had 13. He was our goal line back for sure. Receiving, DJ Moore over 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. Devonta Smith over 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Both were so close to 1,300 yards. Devonta Smith had 100 catches. O.J. Howard, 91 catches, over 1,000 yards. Michael Pittman Jr. was there. Defensively, Darius Leonard, 14 and a half sacks. How? I'm not complaining. Looks like we got a lot of pressure. 14 from Harold Landry, 12 from DeForest Buckner. Roche had 5. Bronson had 4.5. Fred Warner, 3.5. Bart Donald with 2. Interceptions, 3 for Kenny Moore, 2 for Rocky Sin. I thought Darius Leonard was one of my sub linebackers. This Mac Jones wins MVP. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Mac Jones. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Kenneth Murray. Leonard at 8. Harold Landry at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ty Bishop. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Matthias Gardner, our rookie corner. This team is unbelievable. How did this even happen? I mean, this is the best realistic rebuild team of all time for me. I mean, this one is wild. Made some big free agent signings that obviously helped us out a lot. And we still don't know Matlock because he's still just not really playing a lot. I think it's the same point of where he checked in last time, though, so I'm kind of wild with that. Specialist. That's why. Darius Leonard is listed at rush right end when I wanted Bronson to be there. Oh, no. It's just Bronson would be way better. Darius Leonard, like, I get it. It's cool. He's a good player. But his finesse moves is 71, and Bronson is 89. Darius Leonard as a sub linebacker would just be so much better. I don't like that they keep doing that. Texans in the wild card. Can we beat them? Yes. By 3. Jets in the divisional. We beat them 28-14. The Browns were the team, unshockingly, by the way, wrecking shop, wrecking house in the AFC. They went 14-2, and we are 1 win away from another Super Bowl, and it happens again. We meet the Vikings. As Mac Jones goes up to a 90, I have to figure out a way to franchise tag him and keep him around. We're a 95 overall. If you see team salaries, we got to get rid of somebody. I'll do one more season after this just because I am having a blast and it should be pretty quick. We're jumping into the Super Bowl. Mac Jones goes up to Superstar X Factor. I cannot lose him. He is developed at an unreal level. Doesn't even have 90 throw power, but he's just crushing it. Devonta Smith is up to Superstar. Defensively, don't see any changes. We still don't know Matlock. Bronson's up to an 83 overall, 84th morale. And can we knock off the Minnesota Vikings? I could see this being a Super Bowl matchup back in the day. Vikings-Colts, like one of the first Super Bowls, or before the Super Bowl era even. Like, the Purple People Eaters versus Johnny Unitas. There's some crossover there. Up 3-0 early, but the Vikings take the lead, I should say. 7 is 6. 14-6. It just goes so fast, it's hard to commentate. But we're in the second half now. Tied things up at 14. And we go up ahead 17, but the Vikings answer quickly. 21-17, now 28-17. And that's going to be all she wrote. Super Bowl loss for the Colts as the Vikings come out on top. One more season, I promise. All right, I'm not going to be able to afford Mac Jones even at all. And if I can franchise tag him, I'm going to go super negative for the cap. He's going to test free agency, so I am going to be able to franchise tag him. Roche, we have to let walk. Kadarius Toney, we have to let walk. I would love to bring Quincy Roche back. He's just going to want more money than this. That's kind of what it comes down to. We don't have the salary cap room to make that. There's no way we can re-sign him. Quincy Roche re-signed. Stupid. You should never have accepted that. And now we can franchise tag Mac Jones. Go super negative in the cap for cap room. Well, we are way over the cap limit. Negative 43 mil, but we schemed it. It works out. In real life, you see teams like work around the salary cap all the time, like transitioning salary to bonus. Like you see the Eagles have done that with Lane Johnson and some other players. You can't do that in Madden, but we still are finding our ways around it. And yeah, the team actually still stays amazing. 94 overall for another year. And we're going to have way more cap room next year, but this will be my final year no matter what. Roche coming back is huge. Matlock only has star. He's a great backup, though. Amazing backup. And then what do we really need? How does Gardner win Defensive Rookie of the Year and not go up to star, by the way? Stupid. But we don't really need anything. We don't. Darius Leonard's a 98. Harold Landry's a 96. I don't really think we even need a position. Don't have a first-round pick anyway, so it doesn't matter. We'll see what's available at the end of the second round. Backup quarterback Tanner Rainey seems to be the best option by about a mile. Actually, good center, Adam Fargas. Carlos Rivera has A power moves. Early first-rounder? Is he going to be available at the end of the third? He definitely is not going to be available. I got to take him now. Like, we don't really need him, but what a great player he is. And welcome to Indianapolis, number 3 overall player in the draft, 78 overall. Normal dev, 88 power moves coming out. Has 79 speed. Freaking hold X to reorder glitch is so annoying. But what a monster player at the end of the second round. Last pick of the second round. Amazing player on my DK Metcalf type beat. Kendall Dubois is available, and he's on the team. 72 overall, hidden development, number 29 in the class, took him at 95. We still managed to kill the draft. Picking with the very last pick in the second round, very last pick in the third. What a draft. Backup D tackles. Jason Campbell, 71 overall. Star better development. He's decent. He's well-rounded, but isn't all that great. I'll let the CPU handle the rest. We just absolutely crushed the draft. For overall and development trait with no picks, what just happened? That draft class was amazing, by the way. I don't know that I've ever seen one so deep and so talented. But we shall go ahead and see the highest overall player in the class. Manny McKee, finally the best player going number 1 overall. You rarely see that. Manny McKee is a 79 overall going to the Giants, and he is a monster. Really, really good player. Can do everything well. Greg Shepard, also a pretty good player. And there's Carlos Rivera. Okay, how do I want to set up this team? Does Mac Jones have 90-plus throw power? Probably doesn't. 89, I thought maybe he would have gotten upgraded. Nope. Defensively, Darius Leonard cannot be my rush end again. Just cannot happen. It's going to be Bronson, Harold Landry, Leonard and Warner, sub linebacker, Roche as a rush D tackle, because that is just unfair, and that's what I'm all about. Actually, Ezekiel Bronson rush D tackle. I think I like that a little bit more. And then Roche and Harold Landry coming off the edge. This team is looking dangerous. Let's put DJ Moore in the slot. Devonta Smith behind him. Michael Pittman behind him. Michael Pittman Jr. has just been developing. He just doesn't really play that often with the way the team's set up. But he's a solid third option. This team is amazing. And we'll see if we can make the Super Bowl for the 3rd year in a row. Final year no matter what. We have absolutely no money. I'm simulating straight to the playoffs. I'll see you there. Okay, first round bye. Love to see that. This team went 12-4, won the AFC South very easily. First offense in terms of yards. Oh my God, Mac Jones had an unreal season. First defense as well. Mac Jones, 4,700 yards led the league. 46 touchdowns led the league. 11 interceptions, not even that bad. Passer rating 121.3, led the league. We also have Ryan Tannehill now. Jonathan Taylor with his best season as a pro. Almost 1,100 yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. Receiving, DJ Moore, 99 catches for 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns. Devonta Smith, only 900 yards, but 13 touchdowns. O.J. Howard, 9 touchdowns. Michael Pittman Jr., maybe his best year. About 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. We were just killing it. And Fred Warner, what a year for him. 120 tackles, 12 for loss, 4 sacks, 4 picks. Tackles for loss are crazy. Harold Landry, 15. 14 for Zeke Bronson. 13 for Defoe. 12 for Fred Warner. Look at sacks. 16.5 for Harold Landry. 13.5 for Ezekiel Bronson. 95 finesse moves. What a god. 8.5 for DeForest Buckner. 7 for Quincy Roche. 5 for Darius Leonard. 4 for Fred Warner. 3.5 for Julian Blackmon. 4 picks for Warner. 2 for Leonard. 2 for Matthias Gardner. This team is insane. Matt Jones, 12-4, wins MVP. This might be the best team I've built in Madden 21. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Mac Jones. Defensive Player of the Year, Fred Warner. Harold Landry at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Lynch. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dominique French. Carlos Rivera at 5. Really wouldn't have even played. But not only is this team amazing right now, it is set up so amazing for the future. 96 overall, 97 offense, 95 defense. I am blown away with how good this team is. Mac Jones is going to go up even more. Give me more throw power. Up to a 96 overall. Throw power. Didn't get it. But, nice, still has 89 throw power. His accuracy is crazy. I mean, this team is so good. Campbell. He was a 71 overall. Is up to a 75. Hasn't really even played. Quincy Roche is going to go up even more. This team is stupid good. Don't even know Dubois' development trait. Kendall Dubois. He's going to play over Kennedy probably, but look at the cornerbacks. Look at the D-line. I mean, the backups really just tell you the whole full story. Rivera, 79. Donald, 78. And they're not even coming close to seeing any type of action at all. Look at our backup middle linebacker, Isaiah McKenzie. Talented player. I mean, this team is untouchable. Now, we're going to lose in like the first round of the playoffs probably. But yeah, this team is nuts. We'll see what we do here in the divisional. Got the 8-8 Bills. Just steamroll them, please. 35-17. Got the 10-6 Ravens here in the conference championship. Playing for another Super Bowl. 1 win away. And we're in it again. Super Bowl rematch. We have a chance for redemption. Survivor, Redemption Island. This time, it's Colts Vikings again. And that's the story of this rebuild, redemption. Beat the Saints in the Super Bowl. Now have another shot at Super Bowl redemption. No upgrades on offense. And then on defense, development trait upgrades. Yeah. Bronson goes up to Superstar X Factor. This is our Dwight Freeney. 96 finesse moves. Like, oh my lord. What a monster. Anyone else go up? Not that I could see. I'm so thrilled with how this has gone. Big difference. If you didn't watch the Ravens rebuild, I recommend checking that out. It was still a fun one, but that one went not like this one at all. Colts are crushing it. Best team I've ever built. The performance hasn't been the best ever, but it's been damn close. As we will jump, not to the end of the quarter, I want to jump to the end of the game and hoist the Lombardi Trophy once again as I outro the video. And I say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Andre Sisco is on the Vikings. I say, hey, subscribing helps me out a lot. You're watching the video, about 50% of you watching aren't even subscribed anyway, so go ahead and subscribe. 24-0, Vikings finally get some points. It doesn't matter. Get off the field. The game's over. No comebacks. 34-8 is your final. Colts steamroll in the Super Bowl. Steamroll. But yeah, you heard the outro already, basically. Thank you so much for watching the video. Best team I've ever built was led by Mac Jones. I'm as shocked as you are. But thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
It's insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.